We have to talk about the presidential elections, right? We saw news around Trump. How much is that actually weighing on the nervousness of investors right now?
We're seeing it come up in a lot more client conversations with our traders, with myself. It's something that 6 months ago people took as a joke. And now it's here and it's real. And it looks like Donald Trump will be the Republican nominee for president. And we'll have to deal with whatever that means. However, if you look at the offshore gambling odds, which I do all the time as kind of a prediction market for this, Hillary Clinton still has a 54% shot of being the next president of the United States. Donald Trump is in second, but only 22%. A long way to go.
A long way to go. Hey, speaking of the elections, we caught up with Howard Marks of Oaktree, and he talked about kind of what's going on in the campaigns and what it's doing to investors. Listen up, everybody.
They're scaring the hell out of people. And, you know, Donald says the Chinese are killing us. The Mexicans are killing us. The Japanese are killing us. But we're going to get the jobs back. And I think that people tend to believe him. Then the others compete to be equally fearful and dramatic.
It's got to put, as you mentioned, investors on edge, especially when you add it to the list of stuff that's out there. It's also got to be scaring corporate America. I mean, government, for the most part, has really been kind of working side by side with corporate America in terms of if you look at legislation and so on and so forth. So do we get some more certainty come November, do you think, depending on how it plays out?
We absolutely should, particularly if Hillary Clinton is the eventual winner of the campaign.
If it's Donald Trump?
If it's Donald Trump, all bets are off. And you're already beginning to see some of this in a couple of sectors. You're already beginning to see more volatility in healthcare and financials than I think you would have thought you were going to see at the beginning of the year. A piece of that, undetermined how much, is the volatility around the campaign and what both parties are going to have to say to win votes come November.
So I want to know, are investors, when it comes to these fringe presidential candidates, are they actually nervous about their economic policies, or are they just nervous about the uncertainty in general?
No, the nervousness comes from the fact that these fringe candidates speak to a piece of America where that message really resonates. And to the degree to which a mainstream candidate has to pull their message more towards an extreme and then deliver on those promises in the fall and next year is the source of concern. How much of a voice do the fringe candidates have in informing overall policy?